lights meant that they were going to be starting the show. So let's see if that happens.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from the famous ACME Comedy Hollywood, it's Hollywood Stands Up Comedy Nightcap. Starring Trenton Davis, Scout Durwood, Alex Hooper, Sean Quinn, Steve Schneider, Sarah Sweet, Ian Tindell, Pauline YASUDA, music by P, and your host, Josh Paget. And now, please welcome to the stage, Josh Paget.
Yeah, keep it going. Thanks for coming out to Hollywood Stands Up Comedy Nightcap. I am your host, Josh Paget. Give it up once again for P, rocking all night long. Fantastic that we're playing here. We got a fantastic show of comics. Each one of them is my favorite, and each one of them is the funniest comic you will ever hear. Sorry if I'm a little sluggish, but I had lunch at Olive Garden today, and they just kept bringing me breadsticks because I kept eating them. So really, it's my fault. That is a premise. I had Olive Garden like earlier in the week, but I'm still feeling the effects, so I feel like I'm being truthful with that premise. I love eating at Olive Garden because they're always celebrating pasta, right? They're always like enthusiastic about the food that they cook. Right, on the commercials, it's like, it's pasta days at Olive Garden. Like, you have pasta every day. You don't need to celebrate it. It's like, no, it's ravioli season. I don't think ravioli is a seasonal item. That's not true. They're always trying to convince you how Italian they are, right? But they try too hard. That's where they fail. And it's like, each year we send one chef to Italy to observe authentic Italian cooking. And then he comes back and tells two chefs, and those chefs tell two chefs, and those chefs tell two chefs, and those chefs tell two chefs, until at least one person at each of our restaurants has heard of Italian cooking. Olive Garden, when you're here, you're fat. It's true, guys. I don't know if you know this, but I'll admit to you that I know this. You can get, it's not on the menu, what they call an Alfredo boat at Olive Garden. Yes, that's how it rings up, as an Alfredo boat. As an item, it shows up on your receipt. If you ask for a side of Alfredo, you get an Alfredo boat, and it's $6.99. I'm embarrassed, I know that. I'm trying to lose weight, I swear it. I'm trying, but my problem is rice checks. You guys like rice checks? That's my food. That's what it is. It's like I'll go home tonight and be like, rice checks, I gotta have it. I just can't stop. I realize I'm the only person, like not even the people who make rice checks like rice checks. And they know this, because on the box, like every other cereal has a picture of a bowl of cereal. But rice checks is like, hey, you can make our cereal into a different food. You can take it, and if you add pretzels and nuts and seasoning, and then you bake it, you can change it into a snack that you'd want to eat. We put the recipe on the back. You don't have to figure it out. Just please buy our cereal. If you don't want to make it yourself, we bag it. We make it. We bag it, and it's just 2 aisles over. All right, folks, dating. Let's talk about it. Everyone here is on a date? I'm not. That's fine. Everyone? No, I generalize. Everybody here is on a date. That's how it is. You guys, you're on a date. That's the most interesting date right there. You three, that's fantastic. I would go on that date. It's a lot better than most of the dates I've had because I use online dating, right? Online dating. I don't know. Are you guys not admitting that you do online dating because you really do have a profile and I've messaged you and now it's awkward because you're seeing me face to face and you didn't respond? Well, that's probably what happened, because I message a lot of girls on online dating and they never respond. So much so that I've put at the top of my profile like a little preface, like, hey, if I message you and you don't want to go out with me, that's fine. But if you could just do me a favor and write me back and tell me why, like if there's something creepy in my profile, I want to know that that's why you didn't respond. Because I'm going to message other girls. I'm out there. So just as an altruistic effort towards your fellow female, just tell me what's creepy about it. Just write me back, say, hey, don't want to go out with you, but have some pictures of you with friends. It's weird that all your pictures are alone. Like, hey, don't admit that your favorite TV show is Hardball with Chris Matthews. Just whatever it is on my profile, just let me know. The girl wrote me back and she said, hey, you want to know what's creepy about your profile? I'll tell you what's creepy about your profile. Is this whole preface section asking what's creepy about your profile. That's what's creepy. Why do you put that on your profile? And I wrote back to her, it got you to respond, did it not? Huh? And then she responded, block this user. That's how that story ends. And I'll let you decide whether that's true or not. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome on your first real comedian of the night. He is the winner of the Boston Comedy Festival, and he can be seen on The Smoking Gun Presents and heard on satellite radio. Please welcome him here to Acme, Sean Quinn.
Got the band and everything. Give it up for Josh. He was the first real comic. I'm glad to be here, glad these guys, I'm glad to be anywhere. Just been eating myself into a coma, like eating just fucking like there's a prize involved, like it's a Food Network challenge, and the first prize is gout and diabetes. That's how I'm eating right now. I just can't stop myself. Going through a divorce. I never ate when I was married. I was too busy apologizing for everything. No, it's hard to shove a chicken finger in your mouth and you're saying sorry for everything. But when you go through a divorce, you want to get healthy. Like, I'm trying to quit smoking because I want to live now. You don't think of quitting when you're married because you're like, you know what, bitch, you're going to watch me die. You're going to watch me smoke myself to death. Look at it. Look into my eyes. This is for Dr. G, medical examiner, and fucking 5-hour arguments. That's what that's for. You suck. Welcome, new people. Oh, it doesn't matter. We're all going to be dead. Not you guys, because we're all going to live in this room. But the end is coming. People are popping out kids. We're running out of shit. Like, there's no room left, and there's too many of us, and I'm scared to death. You know what the government does when they get overpopulated? Like when the deer start getting overpopulated and they jump in front of your Prius on the way home from this place? They hire a bunch of hillbillies with shotguns, and they take care of the problem. And that's what I'm afraid the government's going to do to us. They're going to release some disease into the water, and only Magic Johnson is going to survive. Where'd everybody go? I don't know. We're all going to die. We're running out of, who cares? People are stupid anyway. If we're going to die, do I have to watch the 2012 Olympics? I don't think so. There's no worse sporting event ever. There's two fun things in the Olympics. It's track and boxing. That's it. Otherwise, it's like the shot put, where you watch some lonely kid who grew up without a father throw a ball that nobody catches or throws back to him. It's just, I did it. You're sad and you needed to have a father. But the worst is the poster boy. How they're selling the Olympics is Michael Phelps. And stop it. I wouldn't put this guy in a poster or anything. Like, I don't judge people by how they look, but he's a scary-looking guy, and I wouldn't use him for marketing purposes, is all I'm saying. Because he kind of looks like he was a slow sperm away from being born with Down syndrome, and now he's just happy to be on the planet. I'm a swimmer! Fuck off. Nobody cares. It's swimming. Swimming is a merit badge. It's a life skill at best. If you fall off a boat, you need this shit. But, like, that's it. Name 2 swimmers. You can't do it. Nobody cares. All my nieces swim. You ever go to a swim meet? Awful. Like, which kid's yours? You're like, I don't know. Lane 5? They're underwater. Who could tell? The one not dying, I guess. That's my niece, I hope. But people love Michael Phelps. I don't get it. People are like, he won 15 medals. It's because somebody made 5 ways to swim. Somebody looked at swimming and they were like, our sport is unbearable. Try it backwards. Still sucks. What a surprise. Would rather watch competitive drowning is all I'm saying. Just 12 guys trying to get their toe stuck in the drain of a pool. It would be sad, but I would care who won, okay? Because nobody plays football backwards is all I'm saying. We're all gonna die. People are stupid anyway. This woman by my house was hiking through the Los Angeles forest and she got attacked by a 150-pound brown bear. You'd think that was the funny part, but there's more. She was shocked, like genuinely shocked. Like, where'd this bear come from? It's like, you're in the woods, lady. Read a poem, a story from your childhood. Like Hansel and Gretel, the three little pigs. Everybody dies in the woods, all right? You can't be shocked when it happens. It's God's kitchen. Fucking wake up. You're dressed as bait walking through the forest. She had a pink jumpsuit on. She looked like a salmon, decided to take a stroll. And she's like, where'd this bear come? Like, surfers aren't shocked when we get eaten by a shark. I mean, you're bummed out, but you're not shocked. Like, you don't act like the bear dressed up as the pizza delivery guy and knocked on the door and ate your children, okay? No, but like, I don't know. Now she wants to get a committee together and put up warning signs in the woods. Warning signs in the woods. God put up a sign. It's called a tree. See all these leafy, ominous-looking things? They mean danger, Will Robinson, danger. Okay, I'm no scientist, but trees do two things. They give off oxygen, and they hide monsters. That's it. Oh, look, shade. I'll read a poem. You'll get eaten by a monster. Do you guys know where the light is? I have no idea. All right, we're going to keep going. I have a message. If you're in the woods, run out of the woods. Except kids today are so fat they couldn't run out of the woods if they wanted to. I don't have a problem with fat, but earn it. Earn it! Get a job. You can't be fat at 5. You can't be 4.5 feet by 4.5 feet by 4.5 feet just walking around the mall with on a leash, just your mom feeding you pizza, okay? I don't have a problem with fat. But where do all these fat kids come from? When I was in school, we had 3,000 kids, and 2 were fat, and we would throw pencils at them all day, so they knew it was wrong. It was like, Bobby, stop it. Your mom hates you, and she's trying to kill you with pie, okay? She couldn't afford the abortion, but she can afford fatty snacks. Get to a clinic. All right, I think that's my time. You guys have been a lot of fun.
Sean Quinn, ladies and gentlemen. I said to myself, Self, how should you start the show? How about with a rant about picking on fat kids? Because that's how my life started. Ladies and gentlemen, our next comedian tours all over the country with Craig Shoemaker. Check out her podcast, Laugh It Off, on iTunes, and see her this fall on Showtime if you have that fancy cable channel. The brand new series, The Watch. Please welcome to Acme, Sarah Sweet.
Can I use the mic stand and turn up this? Hey! How's everybody doing? Good. I feel kind of crazy without this mic stand because I think I need it because I always have it. So, my birthday's coming up this next week. Can you give it up for that? Yeah. I do have a little bit of anxiety around my birthday because when I was a kid, not a lot of people would come to my birthday parties, and I get why. I was kind of odd. I had a lazy eye, so I had to wear an eye patch, and I got kicked in the face with a soccer ball, so I lost all of my baby teeth at the same time. And I would have an occasional seizure from food allergies, you know, so I get it. People, they didn't want to come to a pirate-themed birthday party. So I hung out with my mom a lot. She's awesome. We played really fun games. One of my favorite games that we'd play was Let's Spy on Mommy's Boyfriend. So she would dress me in black and paint my face black, and she'd be like, all right, Sarah, you see that white Civic that's in Tom's driveway? What I want you to do is I want you to take Mommy's keys and I want you to carve seashell into the side of it. And I was like, okay, how do you spell seashell? She's like, S-L-U-T, seashell. So needless to say, oral spelling exams were a freaking nightmare for me in school, right? The teacher would be like, all right, Sarah, your word is kitten. Kitten, C-U-N-T, kitten. So that was it was fun, but okay, let's talk about maybe more relatable things. Sex, let's do it, right? Yeah. I met Hugh Hefner the other day, and It's true. I had to do a set for his Lifetime Achievement Award. I totally bombed. I totally ate it. And I think that I'm not really I'm not his type. You know, I was like, hey, make me your funny bunny. And he's like, you are not my type. And I was like, why? Because I have a good relationship with my father. So I wonder, does anybody subscribe to Playboy anymore? I didn't think so, because I hear that they've taken a hit a little bit because of moving pictures. Porn has changed the way that men look at women. And I think Playboy can have moving pictures too if they just turn it into a flip book. Right, so you flip it forward and you see a girl giving a guy a blowjob, and you flip it backwards and you see a guy giving a girl her self-respect back. And I wonder, do women have a female equivalent to Playboy? And I think we do, right? Wedding catalogs, sure, right? We get them, we hide them, we flip through the pages and look at the dresses and think, God, what would it feel like to be inside one of those? I have this, I do feel a little bit threatened by men's need to watch porn. I do. I don't understand it because I know men and women are different, and all guys, they say, listen, we just want to spread our seed. It's a natural thing. It's what we want to do. And it's better that we're spreading our seed, watching that than actually doing it. We're just pretending what it would feel like. And I think for women, our natural instinct is to be with men that are great providers, So how would men feel if we just watched videos of guys with better jobs? Like, what? I'm not out there banging a bunch of these guys. I'm just pretending what money, success, and happiness feel like. All right, you guys. I'm Sarah Sweet. This has been really fun. Thanks. Have a good night.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sarah. Don't leave me hanging. Happy birthday to you.
Elemental P, ladies and gentlemen. And Sarah Sweet. Give it up for her. Ladies and gentlemen, our next comedian has been at the Laughing Skull Festival in Atlanta, and you may remember him as the mailman stoner from Hot in Cleveland. Please welcome to Acme, Alex Hooper.
Sorry, I was playing bass in the band, everybody. Or at least I look like I could be. We're going on tour next week, everybody. I'm the new bassist. Get ready! If you couldn't tell, I went through a poppers phase in college. For those of you who weren't part of the homosexual club scene in the 1980s and don't know what that is amyl nitrate, or VCR cleaner you snort directly into your brain to get a quick high. On an average night, I would do that 15 to 20 times. VCR cleaner straight to the dome. However, if I were ever to ingest a single peanut, I would die almost instantly. What is going on up in this that my body can't process a naturally grown, God-given legume? However, I can take hazmatic chemicals meant to clean electronics, pump it directly into my bloodstream, and have a 6-minute dance party whenever I want. Pad Thai? No. On the ground convulsing in minutes. Gasoline? I will chug some of that, please. I kind of want to try this thing, like an autoerotic asphyxiation type thing, where I rub a little peanut dust under my nose before I have sex so I can have this outer body experience. Am I dying? Am I coming? My safety word's EpiPen. Let's do this! Luckily, my girlfriend loves me very much. We've been together 7 years. It's a weird thing when you've been together 7 years. Like, I've had the sex is good, but at this point, I'm speeding up sex just to get to the cuddling part. Like, I'm walking down the street with my friends and we see a pretty girl and like, oh my God, I just want to be up in that. I'm like, up in that? I just want her to put her arms around me and tell me I'm a nice boy. I just want to feel warm for like 6 seconds, man. I'm in a very vulnerable place in my life. Things are weird. Things are very, very weird. I'm not very good at telling time. The only way I know what time it is when my Norton antivirus pops up on my PC and tells me that it's time to renew. Because I always go, no, Norton. Tell me again in 15 days. 15 days, that equals 1 Norton of time in my life. there's 24 Nortons in a year. 1 week is a half Norton. I'm 683 Nortons old. That's 4,791 dog Nortons, for those of you keeping track. Now, Norton, though, man, he is so persistent. I have had my PC for 8 years. For 8 years. He has been popping up every 15 days like a little annoying kid in elementary school. Like, come on, Alex, put me on the team. I can protect you against the bullies. And I'm always like, no, Norton, I got this. Back up, nerd. At this point, Norton is my virus. I can't get rid of this guy. I need spyware against Norton. I don't like the Midwest. However, I do travel to the Middle East quite frequently. Did you know they have NPR in the Middle East? My favorite program, Kuwait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. Chances are, if you like that joke, we won't get along at all. I wrote it for my mom. She thinks it's tits. Her words, not mine. Here's the thing, though. There's a lot of countries in the Middle East. A lot, all right? And it is really hard to remember them all. So I came up with a little saying to better remember the countries in the Middle East. And it goes like this. Saudi, Iraqi, Iran. Oh, man. Syria? Kuwait. Israel, Turkey, Jordan. Dubai. Pakistan. Chad, Qatar. Yeah, man. Remember that commercial from the 80s? Thank you, guys. This is your brain on jugs. That's what this fried egg just did, everybody. These cogs are spinning, constantly working. No one's behind the wheel, but that's okay. My doctor, believe it or not, told me I have high blood pressure. So I told him he had a stupid tie. He told me it was a stethoscope. Point Dr. Boaz on that one. I'm not surprised I have high blood pressure. I eat at a lot of food trucks. I passed a brand new food truck the other day, had this beautiful purple paint job, and I was in the middle of Hollywood, and I was like, I want to stop at this. I want to stop and get some food. Turned out it was an HIV mobile testing station. Probably the second worst taco I've ever had. Coincidentally, the worst taco I ever had is what got me to that HIV mobile testing station in the first place. So, woo! Guys, I would love to tell you more stuff, but I'm kind of due over to play bass with the band. So have a great rest of your evening. I'm Alex Hooper.
Alex Hooper, ladies and gentlemen. He gave you that breathing right before his set, and then he took it all away. So you had your chance. I hope you could keep up. I hate food trucks. And nothing can get more of an invigorated response on Facebook if you type that into your status. Like lots of people post about politics. Oh, I hate John Boehner or whatever. And then other people are like, how could you hate him? And back and forth. But nothing got more responses when I said I hate food trucks because I ran into one on my bicycle. Because they smell so delicious. And when you're riding a bike, you don't have that barrier of the car. And I ran into one. Ladies and gentlemen, our next comedian wrote his card in cursive. So it's hard for me to read. And you know he's fancy. He recently moved here from Chicago, and he's featured at comedy clubs all over the U.S., and he was the runner-up in the Boston Comedy Festival. Please welcome him here to Acme, Trenton Davis.
Yeah, how you guys doing? Good, cool. I wasn't cute as a kid, you know. I wasn't cute. I'm cute now, which is not the joke. I wasn't cute, you know what I'm saying? Like I was real skinny and dark skinned and had a pot belly with an outie belly button. You know what I'm saying? Like I was Ethiopian for a couple years, you know. Like I had a pack of flies on my eyeball. I would eat rice pudding out of my hands. It was tough on me in high school, you know. I was the only black kid in my high school. So I always had to play the black character in all the school plays, which wasn't bad all the time. Like they'd be like, Trenton, we're doing Othello. We need you to be Othello. And I was like, that's cool. Like Trenton, we're doing Raisin in the Sun. We need you to be a raisin. How am I supposed to play a raisin? You know, just sit over there and look wrinkled. We're gonna throw water on you. I can't swim. Like it was hard on me, you know, as a kid. But now, like because of that, like I'm real insecure now when I date. And I overthink stuff, and I had just finished making love with my girl, and she gave me what she thought was a compliment, and she was like, Trenton, you know, you are the perfect size. And I was like, thanks. Now I thought about it, I was like, wait a minute, perfect size means it was somebody before me that was too small. Right, but it also means it was somebody before me. Like, I don't want to be the perfect size, is what I'm saying. I won't have to use a shoehorn to get in. I want you to be a little bit uncomfortable. It fits like a glove. You can stay in there all day. No, I can't. I want you to wobble a little bit, be hurt. You know, that's not a compliment. You know, it's just not good. You know, and I'm insecure, so I'm not great around women. You know, because men and women are so different. You know what I'm saying? Like, men are simple. We like stuff you can touch, like legs and breasts. You know, like women, y'all like stuff you can't touch, like ambition. Potential, you know, good credit. A whole bunch of stuff you can't touch, you know, and it's messed up, you know why? Because, like, y'all can wear a shirt to make your breasts look bigger. You know, like, there's nothing we can wear to look more ambitious. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't wear an ambitious suit. I wish I should have my own clothing line, you know what I'm saying? And I would call it Potential, you know, but you couldn't buy it at main room stores at, like, Macy's or stuff. You have to get it at, like, boutiques that have closed down, and you just have to look through the window and be like, they got potential. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me dating. It's hard for me because, you know, I'm a comic. I think a little differently. And I was dating this girl. She got all mad because my favorite restaurant is the Cracker Barrel. Right? It's really good. I'm from the South. And she was like, well, you know, Trenton, a black woman got beat up by a white man at the Cracker Barrel. You shouldn't eat there. And I was like, first of all, why are you talking to me with spirit fingers? Like, that's the first thing we need to discuss, you know. And she was like, are you saying it's okay to beat up black women? And I was like, no, I'm not saying it's okay to beat up black women. But if I had to choose a location, like, Cracker Barrel would be it, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a pretty good place to do it. Like, if you don't mind me asking, like, let's say you went to a restaurant and the name of the restaurant just happened to be Nigger Bucket. Like, wouldn't you expect to get your ass whooped at the Nigger Bucket? At least the chicken would be phenomenal at the Nigger Bucket. The service would suck. The service would be hard. Hey, guys, I'm Trenton Davis. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Trenton Davis, everybody. Our next comedian has performed at the Cleveland Comedy Festival and was a quarterfinalist in California's Funniest Female competition. She has done stand-up in Long Beach and is a proud alumni of the Acme Comedy main company. Please welcome back to Acme, Pauline YASUDA.
Hello, my name's Pauline and I'm Asian. But my parents raised me to be very Americanized, so I kind of compare myself to a Twinkie, right? I'm yellow on the outside, white on the inside. Kids like me, and I'm delicious to eat. Yeah, I've also got 3 holes that you can stick your fingers into as well. So, I'm a kindergarten teacher. And, you know, that combined with the fact that I'm obsessed with Battlestar Galactica and I live alone, it pretty much means I'm going to be single for the rest of my life. All I need is a cat for my vagina to dry up permanently. In fact, this friend of mine, I found a stray cat and she asked me if I would take it in. And I was like, oh no. And she's like, oh, is it because you're allergic to cats? And I said, no, it's because I'm allergic to not having dick. So anyway, being a sad, lonely, broke teacher, I do most of my dating on Craigslist. Yeah, it's actually really, really scary. Every time I go out on a date, I think to myself, I hope tonight is not my night to die. But if it is, I hope he takes me to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles first. Ladies out there in the audience, if you ever go dating on Craigslist, man, you are going to see more penises than you have ever seen in your lifetime. I mean, I don't know what's up with the guys on there, why they think I care what their penis looks like in comparison to like a Coke can or an iPhone. Yeah, I really don't care. I mean, unless your penis has Siri, but if it doesn't, I'll just take the iPhone. Craigslist, dating leaves me sad and lonely a lot of the time. So I end up turning to porn. And, porn. What bothers me about porn, what people say about porn is that when they say that the actresses are really bad actors, I don't think that's true. Because, man, those ladies make it look like they love the stuff that no woman in her right mind enjoys doing, okay? Like, take, for instance, deep-throating a giant cock. Like, they'll come up all gagging and stuff, and they'll be like, oh, my God, that was awesome. Okay, it's not awesome. If it were awesome, you'd see women walking down the street with giant cucumbers and corn cobs and shoving them down their throats. I'd come home and I'd say, Mom, what are you doing? And she'd be like, I don't know, it just feels so good. Yeah, it doesn't. The other thing that women of porn say that they love is anal sex. Okay, no. Okay, some of the guys out there, you might be thinking, how do I know? I know. Okay? Yeah, I know. Because I decided to experiment with anal sex for a while because I didn't want to get pregnant. But then I read somewhere that the penis can actually leak into the vagina during anal sex. Thanks a lot, guys, for having a leaky penis. Leaky penis. That kind of sounds like a pirate ship, right? Arrgh, welcome on board the leaky penis, you scurvy seamen. Today we come to take the booty that is ours. We go by way of the back. Don't even think about going by way of the labia minora. It's as dry as a bone. Arrgh. Actually, I think I'm single partly because of my underwear choices. Yeah, I'm not afraid to admit it. I like to wear granny panties. Yeah, because, they're comfortable, they're practical, and they have pockets. What, you guys have never seen panties with pockets on them? Okay, wait, I'm going to enlighten you right now. Just give me a second here. I need to set this up properly. But, yeah, granny panties have pockets. Okay, so you're going to see here that I have these pockets, and it's great because I can put things in them, like cab fare, right? And, anything you need. Cheetos, snacks, in case you get hungry. I've also got some postage stamps. You always need postage stamps. Some of you out there might be saying, oh, you know what, the pockets don't provide the storage that I need. Well, don't worry, because they make other kinds of granny panties as well. Yeah, sometimes I double up because they make them with a zipper pouch. This is where I keep my iPhone, guys. I bet you also know where I keep my iPad once a month. The guys that I've dated said that this look isn't sexy. And this one guy I dated decided to convert me, and he went out and he bought me some thong underwear, which I have on me right now. Don't worry, it's right here. I'm not taking those off. So he said, wear them, and I did on a date, and the whole night I'm like, oh my God, the thing is going into cracks I didn't even know I had. And at the end of the date, he's like, oh, take off your clothes and let me see that thong. And so I did, and this is so embarrassing. He was like, you're wearing it backwards. Excuse me, ladies, but correct me if I'm wrong. The tag and the big part go in the back, right? Anyway, he bought me this thing. He said it was $25, super sexy. I didn't really understand it. I'm like, what is this? There's no material here. It kind of looks like an eye patch or something. So, ladies, I actually have the solution for you. Okay, you're not going to go out and spend money buying a piece of thong underwear. Just go to Walmart and go into the eye care section, $2, make you holler, and you just put it on right here, and there's no confusion. It covers up what you need to. And the best part about it is it keeps that leaky penis. Arrgh. Thank you.
Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. The granny panties, oh la 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 la.
Thank you, guys. I had no response, but you guys are right on it. That's why we have them here, Elemental P. Give it up for Pauline YASUDA, who took off 2 pairs of panties for you guys. Took off. No one was more surprised than me. Our next comedian that can be seen in the Adam Sandler movie Jack and Jill. And if you haven't seen that movie, which, again, statistically, the probability is you haven't, you can see it at the Ralph's checkout line. It's $4.99. I saw it in the theaters. I didn't see Ian, so I went into IMDb. You guys have used IMDb. You live in Hollywood. And I looked it up. And what I learned about the movie was that Adam Sandler played both parts, Jack and Jill. I didn't know that. I was like, oh, that's a completely different movie. Adam Sandler, he was dressed up as a girl. Now I get some of those jokes. I'm an idiot. He also writes for Ranker.com. His articles have been viewed over 2 million times. Please welcome him here to Acme, Ian Tindell.
Thank you. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Let's go ahead and get this started tonight. I know what you're thinking, and it is true. I'm adorable. Boop, boop, boop. I know you're thinking that. That's my adorable impression. I know you're thinking that because that is what I get all the time. Just, oh my God, you look so young. You are adorable. Oh, I wish I could just fold you up and put you in my pocket, Macaulay Culkin. Okay. All right, that's a good idea. But how about this? How about this, woman? How about when you fold me up, how about you go ahead and just put me in your vagina? How about that? That's where I'd rather be. I am 57 years old, guys. I am 57 years old. I overshot a little bit. I'm 27, but I look like I'm 12, and the women that hit on me are also 12. Now, they don't look like they're 12. They're actually 12 years old. And I can't date 12-year-old women for obvious reasons, okay? They're terrible conversationalists. What am I going to talk about if I were to, homework. Boy, does that suck, huh? I've already run out of things to say to you. That and the Justin Bieber something. I don't know. What else do I have to say? Banana-flavored candy. That sucks. Let's talk about it, guys. Banana-flavored candy tastes nothing like banana. If banana tasted more like herpes, then it would kind of taste like banana-flavored candy. That's what I think. I just don't know how that candy got associated with the banana. I don't see that. Hey, boss, come over here. I just invented a new flavor of candy. Why don't you try it? Oh, my God. This tastes awful. Why did you give this to me? You sick son of a bitch. You goddamn motherfucker. If you give me anything that tastes remotely like this again, I will take your head off. And I will piss down your throat, and I will do that to every successive generation that you have. What were you even going to call this? I was thinking about calling it banana. Oh, I like it. Yeah, no, go ahead. That's good. Sounds good. Go ahead with that. Was that too much? That was too dark. My comedy comes from a dark place, guys. It really does. Most comedy... That joke I wrote when I had woken up one morning. I found a lump under my armpit. It was turns out it was just a honey nut Cheerio. So I'm fine. But I'm a survivor, of being an idiot. But it's true. Most jokes do come from it. Like, there are very few, the happy comedian, the happy joke. It just doesn't happen. I tried to write a happy joke once, and it came out like this. I'm going to share it with you guys. See what you think. Hey, guys. Hey, what's the deal with rainbows, huh? I mean, they're shaped like a frown, but they make me want to smile. Huh? God damn it, that was the best joke I've told all night. Okay. I should probably do more happy jokes. My grandparents are douchebags. How about that? Let's get into that. They're not actually douchebags, but they make me feel like a douchebag. Because I was just back there visiting, and I can't wake up early enough for them. I get shit. Sort of the first couple of days, I got 10, 11 or something, waking up like that. And then, and of course, just getting grief. And so I decided to really try, and I woke up at 8 in the morning, which is really trying to me. Maybe not for the other adults in this audience, but for me, that's trying. And so I came out of the room at 8 in the morning thinking I'm going to get praised. And, of course, my grandparents are finishing up lunch. My grandpa's getting ready to go to take a nap. And I get the whole, oh, well, look at Mr. L.A. waking up at all hours of the day. Really? I'm going to get shit for this? That's not an L.A. thing. That's not being on the verge of death thing. I'm sorry. That's what that is. I'll admit I feel terrible about telling that joke. I do. My grandparents are wonderful people, and I'm in the will, so I try not to tell it too much. I'm in a new relationship, guys, which is great. It's awesome. I told my dad this, and he reacted the same way that he reacts to every time I tell him that I'm in a new relationship. Ever since I was 16, which is, all right, well, just make sure you're wearing a condom. You know, which, to me, it's... He said that before he even asked her name. It's like somewhere in his head he thinks that I'm going to call him up one day. He's like, Dad, I just got a girl pregnant. It's like, well, were you wearing a condom? I'm like, you didn't tell me. You should have let me know. I forgot this time. He just doesn't want me to get her pregnant, which really makes me want to get her pregnant. You know, just a comedy pregnant type thing. Still a real kid, but comedy pregnant. I always, getting into a new relationship, I always get a little scared because of even in the honeymoon phase, the looming breakup. Because every relationship ends in a breakup, except for the one that doesn't. Every other one does, unless they die, which we're not getting into that. That's too dark. But so I get, and I hate that because, this is the reason why. Women, why do you always want to be friends after a breakup? I don't get this. Every woman I've ever dated always wants to be friends. Just, oh, hey, we can't be naked in the shower together anymore, but let's go to Yogurtland once a month and we'll talk. Just you and me, we'll get to know each other on a personal level. No, that's bullshit. You just want to feel better about yourself because you were trying to make me feel better, which is dumb. If you want me to feel better, offer me something that'll actually make me feel better, okay? Like a treasure map. Some of you didn't really react to that because that's a weird thing for me to say, but let me explain to you why that would be fucking awesome. Okay, I would love for a woman to just come into my place and say, hey, you know how my father just disappeared a couple of days ago? Well, I was in his attic rummaging around through his stuff when I came across a strange-looking scroll. Now, you know, upon unwrapping the scroll, I did discover upon it a map to where you say? To Lincoln's Gold. Now, you know how my father was always ranting and raving about this, but we always turned our heads the other way because we thought it was a myth? Well, just as I had discovered this most ancient of secrets, a group of strange men dressed all in white burst into the house shouting and yelling about the location of the map. Now, just as they came through the attic door, I leapt through the window onto the roof of my neighbor's house, rolled down to the streets below, bullets whizzing overhead, cars chasing me, dogs barking, and I came straight here. Now, we can't fuck anymore because I need my space. And I have emotional issues, but it's not you, it's me. Would you like to have this? Yeah, I would like to fucking have that. That would be great. Then I can go on an adventure, and I can keep going on being adorable and get over your dumb ass. All right, guys. My name's Ian Tindell. I don't know why I brought this up. We're not leaving this up here. Have a good night. Thank you.
Yeah, Ian Tindell, guys. All right. Our next to last comic has appeared on the New Orleans Comedy Festival and stages all across America and the UK. He's a pond jumper. Please welcome him here to Acme, Steve SCHNEIDER.
Thank you. I'm going to jettison my set, do a little improvising here, because I found someone else's set list in the back. And it's so much better than anything I could possibly say. I don't know if you guys can read this. It starts off with Trader Joe's, a real gold mine of humor. Then it goes straight to Fish Dick. Then we're on to Ronnie Lott, professional athlete. Then it goes back to Fish Dick. Because a joke about a fish dick, you don't want to just leave it when there's still more gold to be mined. Next is Pantsless Ass Jelly. Confirmation class, which I assume is a religious thing. You definitely want to follow that up. And then Poo on Chest. And then lastly, we end with Carp. Because poo on chest wouldn't be strong enough to end on. You want to go back to the fish. This is great. I'm gonna reverse engineer this and come up with a joke for this. This will be my signature set from now on. My get or done will be fish dick. So here we are, guys. Los Angeles. We're making it happen, huh? I love living in Los Angeles. One of my favorite parts of living in this city, though, is the celebrity sightings. I love them. I had a great one today, guys. I saw the famous singer Seal or some black guy with a super fucked up face. I don't know which one it was. I love living in Los Angeles. I love the history of Los Angeles. Every time I am in Hollywood, I look up at that famous, iconic sign up on the hillside there. Did you guys know that it was not originally supposed to say Hollywood? Yeah, but apparently that hillside couldn't fit the words, fuck your dreams. Not from here originally. I moved here to be a writer. It has not worked out. Maybe I should have chosen a town where people read. If you guys want to pick up a book, help me out, that would be nice. I am still working on a couple writing projects, though. I'm working on a novel, which is entitled Over 100 Best-Selling Novels. So the next time I'm here, they have to say, Steve Schneider is the author of over 100 best-selling novels. I'm also working on a young adult, a young person's book. It's called Are You There, God? It's Me, the Millions of Babies Dying of Malaria. Working on a couple of screenplays, too. This is Hollywood. You got to do it. Now, they're not originals. They are sequels. And the first one I'm working on is a follow-up to that hit 1991 movie starring Julia Roberts and Richard Gere. We've all seen it. This one's set 20 years later. It's called Pretty Woman 2, Old Tired Whore. If it sells, and why shouldn't it? We all love Julia Roberts, right? That smile is incredible. I've got the sequel to that one ready as well. It's called Pretty Woman 3, Unclaimed Jane Doe Corpse. Little dark. Love movies. My favorite movie series of all time has to be the James Bond series of movies. Any James Bond fans in the audience? Yes, a single guys. If you're a single guy, James Bond leads the ideal life. He travels all over the world. He drives an awesome sports car, and every chick that fucks him is dead within a week. I love the new James Bond. I kind of miss the technology and the gadgets that the older James Bonds had. I don't know if you guys remember the first James Bond, Sean Connery. He had a fountain pen that turned into a laser gun, which was amazing. Second James Bond, Roger Moore, he had a car that turned into a submarine. But this new James Bond, Daniel Craig, all he has is a set of abs that turns me bi-curious. I love movies, I love television. Favorite television series of all times has to be the HBO series Real Sex. Have you guys seen this? I've learned so much from HBO's Real Sex. I've learned that sex is a healthy, natural, beautiful thing shared between repulsive people. I'm working on a couple television projects as well, pitching around town. The first one I'm working on, I pitched my life story to that Discovery Channel TV show called I Shouldn't Be Alive. But they told me I needed to have survived a disaster. I couldn't just feel like that all the time. I'm also pitching a sitcom around town to the studios. It's about a group of bearded, overweight gay men who work at an AIDS clinic. It's called The Bad News Bears. That's my time. I'm Steve Schneider. Thank you very much, ACME.
Steve Schneider, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our final comedian of the evening. Have you guys had a good time? Yeah. She is a chanteuse and a comedian and host of Whimsy, a night of musical comedy. Her work has been featured on MTV, Howard Stern, the Miss America Show, and the Edinburgh Fringe Fest. Please welcome to Acme, Scout Durwood.
You know you make me wanna scout, kick my heels up and down, throw my hair back and down. Come on now, scout, hey, scout.
Oh, it's so great to be here, guys. So great. Wonderful. I'm just going to do a couple of songs for you guys. I wanted to start with a topical song. Oh, just whack right into that. It's great. I wanted to start with a bit of a topical song. I don't know if anybody of you guys watch the news. You guys are probably busy doing whatever you do. But I do watch the news, and just in case you don't, I thought I would write a little song to explain things for you. I call this song The Republican Primaries. The musical. Yeah. All right. 1, 2, 3. I don't believe in evolution. Don't get me started on pollution. Just grab a cup of tea and join the revolution. Oh, boys and girls, don't get too close. Save room for Jesus and the Holy Ghost. 'Cause if you kiss each other, you'll get AIDS. Abstinence only, right? Work for the Palins. 2, 3, 4. Dinosaurs aren't fact, they're fiction. Liberals can quit their bitching. Scientists, don't stop me, I am on a mission. Oh, we don't need no minimum wage. Just read the Bible, every page says if you watch The Lion King, you'll get AIDS. See what AIDS. Lyrics by Elton John. 2, 3. Support state rights, both wide and merry. The federal government has overcarried. Unless they're trying to stop the gays from getting married. Oh, life begins before conception. Blame the liberals for the recession. And if you touch a stem cell, you'll get AIDS. Break it down, yo. You say senseless, we say senseless, senseless, senseless. EPA, we say no way that CO2 is good for you. Intelligent design sure sounds fine. Kill Terry Shrivo, she was fine though. Vaccinations for HPV. Turn your kids into a Riri. Don't tax the poor, don't tax the rich. Mexican immigrants are making me itch. And if you are a Muslim, you'll get AIDS. And if you are a sinner, you'll get AIDS. That's science. If Jesus doesn't love you, you'll get AIDS. Thank you. All right, we're gonna keep it going. Everyone has their vices. I know we're not. Some of us are worse than others. We all do have our vices. I wrote a song about mine. Maybe some of you can relate to it, maybe some of you can't, but, you know, this is just a little song about the things in life that, you know, I'm addicted to, really. Okay. Before my coffee, I don't have the will to live. Before coffee, I hate you, Then coffee comes and it makes it okay until I caffeine crash and have to get another latte. Yeah. Don't kiss me now. Your mouth tastes like a butt. Do. Before a couple of beers, I'm socially awkward. Before a couple of beers, I find you boring, annoying. Then a couple of beers come, your jokes I'll allow. Your stories still aren't funny, but my standards are lower now. Did you really meet Obama? Do. Before that whiskey, I was ready to go home. Before whiskey, I stood by my life choices, but then whiskey came and I was full of good ideas. When did this room start spinning? Now I... Do, I call that talking to dinosaurs. Do. Before that, cocaine, I had average self-esteem. Before cocaine, I was a regular person. Then cocaine came and I thought I was the DJ. Start a fight, steal a candle. No, I'll fucking tell you when it's time to go home now. I don't need you. I don't need anybody. You don't know me. I'm going home with this guy. What's your name? Carl. Cool. Carl and I are in love. He's a baker. Fuck you. No, fuck you. Do, 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 do. Before my coffee, I don't remember your name. Before my coffee, do I know you? Did I blow you? But then coffee comes and it makes it okay. Another morning after looks like plan B for me today. Do, 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 I'll join AA when I turn 30. Thank you. Yeah, thanks. It's a fun little romp through my 20s. Just one more quick one. I know some of us are in love, some of us aren't, and that's, I happen to be a poodle who's in love, and I'm just so excited to get to share that with you guys. And you may know her. She goes by the name of Penelope Cruz. I just wrote her a little song, so I'll just sing it now if you guys aren't super busy. No, we're good. Okay. Little ukulele solo. It's awkward right now. 2, 3, 4, Spanish enchantress, vanilla sky. Pedro is your fella, but I heard you were bi. And I want you. Yes, I do. Tuck-a-tuck, tuck-a-tuck. It's Volver, whatevs. Your English is broken, your syntax is wrong, but you could read the phone book and you'd still turn me on. You're like, I like to thank the Academy for this award. The part they were doing the beer with such an amazing ensemble of actors is like in the West of heaven is better than me. What? What did you say, Penelope Cruz? Can't understand a word you say, but I want you. Oh, you better Volver if you go away. Vicky, Cristina, Barcelona, come my way. Hey, 1, 2, 3. Espanol. You didn't suck when I saw you in Blow, but what you said to Johnny Depp, well, I don't know. You're like, what are we going to do? How are we going to live? Don't continue to cheat. Just answer my questions. Sahara got thicker. They lasted a day. And you didn't stay with Tom Cruise. 'Cause I know you're both gay. That's okay. You're just Penelope Cruz. Because I'm worth it. L'Oreal always divides a room. Well, I'm worth it too. What did you say, Penelope Cruz? Forget those words that you can't say, 'cause I want you. You better Volver if you go away. Vicky, Cristina, Barcelona, come my way. Yes, come on, para mitad. I know que la verdad es que nadie me gustaría. Te voy a criticar, quiero Taco Bell. Penelope Cruz. Thank you so much.
What did you say, Penelope Cruz? La 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 la, I want you.
Scout Durwood, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it going for all the comics you've seen tonight. Thank you so much for coming out to Hollywood Stands Up Comedy Nightcap. Elemental P, ladies and gentlemen, play us out.
What did you say, Penelope Cruz? Ra-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa, I want you. Hey, what did you say, Penelope Cruz? Ra-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa, I want you. Hey!